In 1944, as World War II raged, the German army was occupying several provinces in northern France. In a small forest village, a young woman named Elise, a doctor, had a heart full of love, but had to live in anticipation of something she could not trust. Julien was the man Elise loved every night. He was a member of the advocacy group, but his activities were secret. He had left the previous night with an important message to deliver to the Allied forces. Before leaving, he had promised to return. But Elise also knew that in war, promises were only dreams. Every morning, Elise stood at an empty train station, holding a rose in her hand. She looked at the tracks as if she could send Julien a message of hope through her eyes. Snowing, clear skies, or foggy skies, Elise still went there every day. In that emotional time, Elise wrote a book describing her feelings: hope, disappointment, worry, and love. She had never sent those messages, but the book became her own heart. 3 weeks without any news. People in the village started to say that Julien might be missing. Many people suggested that Elise start a new relationship or give up on her old love. But Elise couldn't do it. She loved Julien not because he had returned, but because his memory was still alive in her heart. Elise couldn't give up. One Friday in November, the morning was still quiet. Elise stood watching the same tracks, but now a train arrived. It was a train carrying the wounded and the laborers back from the front line. Among the many people getting off the train, there was one person wearing a thin black dress, a kind of undergarment. His legs were wooden and his face was full of fatigue. But one pair of eyes waited only for Elise. Julien was the last person to get off the train. He lived. Elise was not in his eyes now, but she was in Julien's heart every day. He had escaped from the German raids, lost his neighbors, but there was one bond that never faded: the woman he had promised to return to. She brought him the same rose. And in that silent wait, a love and beauty were reborn.